Which lucky subscriber is the winner of our Iron Spider giveaway? Stick around to the end of the video and find out. Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation, where I review action figures and then articulate 5 points to help you decide if you want to add that figure to your collection. The 5 points I discuss are packaging, presentation, posability, playability, and price. I'm Jason, and if you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube rigmarole. Today, we're taking a throwback look at the Marvel Select Superior Spider-Man from Diamond Toys. Starting off with the packaging, and we can see that this is the oversized Marvel Select blister card. Pretty cool little picture of him down here. A reminder that this was a Disney Store exclusive. Name and rigmarole on the side. Really cool Humberto Ramos artwork on the side, and a pretty spiffy product shot on the back. Oddly enough, there's no bio, but we do get a pretty nice peek at the very elaborate display base that he comes with, and also a painful reminder of how much more affordable this hobby used to be. I might prefer a window box, but I think it's even more important that you clearly show what the product is and what the character is supposed to look like. In that regard, I think Diamond's done a great job. For packaging, I'm giving the Superior Spider-Man 1 whole point. Moving on to presentation, and the Superior Spider-Man stands at 7 inches on the dot. For those who don't know, this is actually not Peter Parker. This is actually Dr. Octopus taking over Peter Parker's body through nanotechnology. With full access to Peter's mind and memories, Dr. Octopus sees the error of his ways and commits himself to becoming a superior Spider-Man. From the top, the first thing you might notice are the differences to the eyes, a little bit of extra depth to them than usual. You'll also notice that the painted web lines don't exactly match up the sculpted ones. This, unfortunately, is something we'll see in other parts of the figure as well. Unique to this design, however, and the web comes to a point in the back of the head. Stepping back, and we can see that this is mostly a typical Spider-Man design, the main difference being a black and red color scheme, some scallops to the belt, a ninja-like toe cut into the boot, and a very different spider logo on the back. To be honest, this one looks a bit more like a crab spider. He also doesn't have that red strip connecting his shoulder to his glove, and one detail that Diamond neglected to give him were Waldos coming out of his back, similar to those coming out of the Iron Spider. Despite some areas of sloppiness, I think Diamond's done a great job of sculpting and painting the webs, and even if you're not terribly familiar with the Superior Spider-Man, if you like a black and red Spidey, this is a good general design. Despite a couple of spots of sloppiness, this figure looks great. It's a nice clean design, and the combination of sculpted and painted webbing really pops. For presentation, I'm giving the Superior Spider-Man 1 whole point. Moving on to posability, and a Marvel legend this is not. From the top, and his head seems to be on a dumbbell joint. He can look up this much, which is to say not at all, and down this much. Little bit of tilt, and all the way around. Moving on down, and he has swivel hinge shoulders that raise up about 90 degrees, bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, and swivel hinge wrists. They hinge up this much, and down this much. Shifting to the torso, and the Superior Spider-Man has an ab crunch and a waist swivel. He can arch back this far, and hunch forward this far. And of course, he can twist side to side. I do appreciate how well the waist cut lines up with his belt. Below the waist, and Superior Spider-Man has swivel hinge hips, twisting the leg around, and you can see that joint. While it does cut a pretty nice silhouette, it really doesn't translate to good posability. This is seriously the furthest that the leg can kick forward straight on. That said, if you twist it sideways, you can do this, and the twisting does make up for the lack of thigh cut. He does have double jointed knees, as well as ankles that hinge, and that's it. It's important to remember that Diamond is contractually limited in the number of articulation points they can give a Marvel Select figure, and while I do think that they deserve an E for effort for posability, I'm giving Superior Spider-Man 1/2 point. Moving on to playability, and the Superior Spider-Man comes with this display base. This is a heap of rubble strewn with the bodies of his superior foes. Here we have the head of the Beetle. I'm just going to assume that the rest of her is underneath all this rubble and that she hasn't been, decapitated. Here we have Speed Demon taking a snooze. Very nicely painted. And then we have a bunch of boomerangs sticking throughout. Not sure what this is supposed to be, but in addition to some great sculpted detail, there's also some really nice dry brushing. Spidey stands on the base like so, and while alternate parts would have been preferred, this is still exceptionally well done. But playability is more than just really spiffy display bases. It's also about how well your figure plays with others. For some other black and red Spider-Man figures, and here we have this anti-vampire one from Toy Biz. Here we have an Electro Spark Spider-Man also from Toy Biz, Spider-Man Classics by Toy Biz, and the Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy 15 by Toy Biz. Oh, and here we have Spider-Man from Far From Home. For a small assortment of Dr. Octopuses, and here we have the Marvel superheroes from Toy Biz. Here we have a Happy Meal toy based on the animated series, a Toy Biz one based on the animated series, this more classic one from Toy Biz, and this one from Hasbro. Combining the best of both worlds, and here we have the Marvel Legends Superior Octopus. For a Marvel Select Spider-Man, and here we have a Marvel Select Spider-Man. But for some Marvel Select Spider-Man villains, and here we have the Green Goblin, Electro, the Lizard, Rhino, which if you saw my verses, you'd know is my favorite Rhino, Ultimate Venom, regular old run-of-the-mill Venom, and Carnage. For some 7-inch scale Spidey allies, and here we have the Black Cat, Daredevil, the Man Without Fear, and Julie Carpenter's Spider-Woman. For a few other notable Marvel heroes, and here we have Captain America, Bleeding Edge Iron Man, the Mighty Thor, the Immortal Hulk, Wolverine, and Doctor Doom. For just a couple of 7-inch scale characters from the distinguished competition, and here we have the DC Multiverse Action Comics 1000 Superman, 3 Jokers Batman, Page Puncher's Batman, and for a hero whose mind was taken over by his archenemy, here we have the Batman Who Laughs. For a relative scale comparison, here's the Superior Spider-Man with Pizza Spidey and the Spectacular Spider-Man, and as always, here he is with Stealth Iron Man. While he does scale fairly well with other Marvel Select figures with no other accessories but a gigantic real estate hogging base, for playability, I'm giving Superior Spider-Man half a point. This leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price. When this figure first came out, it retailed for $24.99. If you saw my recent haul video, however, you'd know I found this one at a toy show for only 20 bucks. On eBay, he averages between 40 to 45 plus shipping. For a slightly older, out-of-print Marvel Select figure, I think that's a steal. And for price, I'm giving the Superior Spider-Man 1 whole point for a grand total of 4 out of 5. And now, without any further ado, it's time to pick a winner for our Iron Spider giveaway. Huge thanks to everyone who entered, and also for all the kind words and birthday wishes. Also, my apologies for those of you living outside the continental United States. I've heard you loud and clear and have committed to be more globally inclusive in future giveaways moving forward. I've got the figure in the bowl and over 60 entries, so let's see which one of you it's going to be. And drum roll please, the winner is, let's see here, the winner is Swingin' My Willie. Thank you for making me say that on camera. I really appreciate that. Congratulations to Swinging My Willie. Willie, if you do me a favor and email me at 5poainquiries@gmail.com and await further instructions. Thanks again to everybody who entered, and don't worry, we'll be doing it again really soon. For more Spider-Man goodness, check out this video on the Renew Your Vows box set, or this one on Spider-Rex. What did you think of the Superior Spider-Man comics? Sound off in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again real soon, but until then, play nice and have fun.